Hey, my YouTube family, I'm coming to you with another video. This one is it was inspired by my son. We were driving. Let me just get straight to the point, because sometimes I ramble, y'all. But we were driving, and I'm driving, and we came up to a part of the road where it was a lot of construction, and I made the statement to him that that's about how long it takes when people are working on the roads. But once the construction is done and you're riding on that smooth road, it's almost as if you don't even remember how long it took to get to that certain place or to get that road that smooth. So that's with anything in life, because immediately I thought about it. I'm like, that's a YouTube video. The process sometimes takes a while, and sometimes the process doesn't take that long if you're not, I believe it's according to your obedience and doing what it is that God requires for you to do, or things that you know you're supposed to be doing. I don't believe the process would last that long. Just like the children of Israel, if they would have just humbled themselves and submitted to God when they were supposed to, say, hey, since you want to be in it, if they would have just humbled themselves and submitted to God like they were supposed to, they would have not wandered around in that wilderness for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? It was their disobedience and their complaining and their murmuring that made it last 40 years. It didn't have to be that long. But the children that actually entered into the promised land, Joshua and Caleb and they people, they got to enjoy what the others didn't get to enjoy. So I know that the process may be long. I know that it may be hurting. I know that it may be painful. I know that you're going to have trials and tribulations, and, you know, it's going to hurt having to cut off people. It's going to hurt having to cut off friends and walking away from family. It's going to hurt, period, just having to sometimes wait. I know for me, personally, waiting and not knowing what God is doing is one of my biggest struggles. It's like, God, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you give me just some kind of indication on what's going on? And he's like, nah, trust me. Trust you with what? Everything. So it's not easy going through the process and not knowing what God is doing, how he's going to do it, or whatever, you know, and you just see everything in your life happening. Like, all in 1 month, I got an eviction notice. I had bills after bills after bills. I had some people want to sue me, you know what I'm saying? And for stuff from my past, it was just like punch after punch after punch. And I'm like, God, what's going on? It's like, it was just one thing after another. And I'm like, oh my God, will it let up? Are we at the end of this thing? It's like, nah, process. How do you handle pressure? How do you go through whatever it is you're going through? So I'm like, God, I mean, just like back to back to back, just warfare after warfare, intense. And then a lot of it was self-inflicted wounds. You know what I'm saying? We can't always point the finger at the devil. A lot of that we could turn and point back at ourselves, because it's things that we choose or things that we do and we get ourselves into. It ain't always him. We make some of them choices and have to pay for it, either then or later, but you still got to pay for it. So it's how you go through your process. Oh shoot, it came off. Hold up.